Affordable housing is one of the top issues facing many in Jacksonville. The Jacksonville Housing Authority that oversees housing is coming under fire for the way it handles some programs. Thursday, we told you about a critical report expected from the city's Inspector General office that has some calling for the head of the Housing Authority, Dwayne Alexander, to step down. News 4 Jax reporter Jim Piggott was at a special meeting today where that was anticipated to happen, but it didn't.
So after this meeting, there's a lot of concern about what's going to happen. Mr. Alexander, the CEO back in that office there, really did talk to us about what was going on and the concerns that are happening. But when this board met in this boardroom right here, no decision, nothing happened. In fact, they're going to call another special meeting later this week. After the meeting, I was able to ask CEO Dwayne Alexander about his plans. Is he going to step down? But are you going to resign?
No, sir.
Not at all.
No.
Can you? What's going on? I understand the administration; they're not happy. I mean,
What? Happy with what?
with your performance. What's happening with this agency?
I can't tell. I mean, clearly my performance rating was 4.5 out of a total 5%. 4.5 out of 5.
Sure.
So.
We've heard from other city leaders who are not ready to speak out just yet, who say they're worried about what's happening at the office. They're concerned about the IG's report that questions how the agency distributed federal money that was going to pay utility bills. I asked the mayor today about the situation, since she recently suggested putting a hold on a $60,000 pay raise for the CEO.
Do you have any concerns about what's going on with the Jacksonville Housing Authority, and do you think the executive director should resign?
Listen, I am waiting to hear from this board what they plan to do moving forward. They have 10 days, I think, to respond to the IG report. It's not even public yet, so I'm going to await their judgment. I want to remind you that the mayor's office only became involved in this issue because we heard from board members who were concerned about a request for a very large pay raise after a recent one that had just happened, and they were concerned that there were issues that needed to be looked at.
When our story first aired last week, a number of people contacted us and told us about their concerns.
I talked to a number of people coming in and out of here. They're not happy. Your customers are not happy with how this agency is performing. They're not talking to people. You saw the reports. They're upset. What do you tell the people, not your board, the people that are here?
I disagree. We are client sensitive and we're resident sensitive. We have done many things here.
And I just received a large list of concerns from employees working inside who want to remain anonymous. Some of those complaints include underpaid employees, improper training, and lack of accountability. The chairman of the Housing Authority Board's not happy that the media got word of the IG's concerns before the board and made that clear at this morning's meeting.
Do you think Mr. Alexander should resign?
I don't think so. I think what's important is we go through the process and understand where we're at. I don't know. I don't have the information before me to make a decision one way or the other.
The board will meet again later this week, and at that time, they hope they can discuss the concerns in public. Jim Piggott, Channel 4, the local station.